Hello and welcome back. So we're continuing our build of our drag car with a 1991 Fox Body Mustang. This is a body by JConcepts, a very good high quality body. I decided to actually put the wing on the body. Just to remind you, this was the body that you were looking at, I worked on. So again, 1991. I am going to leave the windows clear for now. But we have to mount the wing. Alright, so on the wing, this part here, notice there's a little curve here. So the flat part, that's where this wing goes. So we will be working with this a little later. Right now, what we want to do is we want to mount this on the body. And this is the body. So this curve actually fits right here on the Mustang. That's where it goes. Alright, so it goes right there. So what I'm going to end up doing is I'm going to actually be making some holes here, closer to the edges, so right between the lights, and that's where I'm going to put a screw in. The reason why I'm doing a screw instead of double stick tape is because I want the lights to show. So here, all you do, remember, grab your reamer, go in here. Do not put your finger directly over it. You're going to sort of make a V with your fingers, and the reamer is going to go between. If not, you're going to end up cutting yourself, and you're not going to be having a good day. So you press and turn. You turn to the right. That's the way this is designed to cut. If you turn to the left, well, good luck. And the reason why I'm doing this is so that the holes line up. That way I don't have to do any measurements or anything like that. And I'm just reaming slowly. That hole's kind of small. You'll get an idea of how big the hole is. You can just grab longer screw that you're going to use just to test the hole. See, it's still small. Now I'm going to keep reaming. That should be good. There we go. And I'm actually just going to leave it there for now because it'll help me line up the other one. And I'm going to do the same thing on the other one. So I'm going to place the hole right here between the lights. And right here. Again, get your fingers out of the way. So again, if you're a younger hobbyist, you may want to consider having an adult do this. The reason why I'm leaving the tool like this is because I know it's deep enough that it's going to hold. If it weren't deep enough to where it would hold, I wouldn't do this because the last thing you want to do is drop this on your foot. So safety first. Alright, and that hole should be big enough as well. Let's try with another screw. Up just a tad bit. Alright, let's back it up and let's ream again. So this is what it looks like. See how I'm holding my fingers and that is going right through. Right, that's the tip, right? My fingers are not close to it. I don't want to cut my fingers. And then the screw's going to go in here, and that's good enough. Perfect. So now I'm going to get the screws that I actually want to the correct size, and I'm going to use two nuts to hold them on. The first thing you want to do is grab your screws and just put them through the hole. Now I want the nuts to be inside, so I'm putting the screws from the outside in, and then you're going to grab the nuts and you're just going to thread them. Now these are nylon nuts, so you're not going to be able to hand thread them the whole way. Just thread them as far as you can, and then you're going to use your drivers. So you're going to need two drivers for this. One of them is going to be your handy dandy 2mm driver. The other one will be your 5.5 nut driver for the job. Here we go. So you place your nut driver there, this one over here, and then remember, tighten to the right. You can actually twist twist both of them at the same time if you want. It doesn't really matter, just depends on the feel. Just remember, do not over tighten. Just needs to be snug. And then once in a while you can back out just to see where it is. See, it needs a little more. There's a bit of a gap. You may be able to see a little bit of a gap. So you just want to close the gap. That feels good. Now we're going to do the other one. So remember, you're turning them opposite of each other. And some of you are probably saying, yeah, I know, but keep in mind, there's probably some young kids watching this video, which is the point of this video, for them to get into the hobby. Here we go. So that is it. Now we have that part of the wing. That's how it looks from behind. Notice the screws. Right? They're right there. They look pretty good. Now, I do recommend you run wings, especially if you're going to be going fast. Just for aerodynamics, it makes a big difference. And it'll make a bigger difference on some other cars in some future videos. So now at this point, now I'm not too worried about this. I'd already cleaned it and I didn't really handle it that much. So I'm just going to go ahead and apply the double stick tape to that portion of the wing, this here. And you can use as much as you want. You can do the entire area. You can do just a small area. It doesn't matter. It will hold. But, you know, since we have quite a bit, let's just put a strip on there. Now this stuff, to be honest, isn't really cheap, so I'm actually regretting it because it is high quality tape, and a roll is about $16, but then again, I don't use it that much. And just gonna drop this on, press it, and again, this tape adheres best when it's warm. So do not do this in cold environments. If it's snowing outside, that is fine. Make sure you're inside and it's warm, or in your basement if you have a basement. If you don't have a basement, well, do it somewhere else. Now we're just going to strip the backing. And we are going to mount the rear wing. Here we go. Now notice the orientation. I left this lip on purpose, this here. Normally you'd probably cut that off. But this is the part, and I want to line this to this body line right here, that little contour. So I'm just going to bring it close, and I'm placing it at an angle, and then I'm just going to drop it. So side view, I'm going in like this, and then I'm just going to drop the wing on. Alright, that looks good. And then as soon as you drop it on, even though I haven't pressed it, it's going to hold. So now I can just move it. So I'm just going to grab, and now I'm just going to run my fingers. You can start from the center and work your way out, and that actually works nicely. And then one of the nice things about having clear Lexan is you can see if there are any bubbles and where you need to press. So right now this looks pretty good. You would end up with little bubbles in there if this was not on right. That is it. Now, maybe it doesn't look the best. That's fine. Oh look, I'm going to be standing like this, looking at the car from the top. So you're not really going to be able to tell. Other than that, here is the body now. So the body has the wing. This is the side view. Right, front, side, and the rear. Actually, that wing looks pretty good, I'll tell you that. I'm glad I chose to put the wing on. Alright. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Like, dislike, subscribe, ring the bell, be good. See you in the next one.